Do you suffer from short tongue? How about backup anxiety because trailers so difficult to back up? Well, I got a solution for you today. We have something very exciting today. It's definitely going to help the issue with the short tongue. What I'm going to be doing, cutting off this typical 2-inch ball hitch, taking this jack off, taking that jack off, taking the jack off. We're removing the jack from the trailer. We're going to be installing a cross member, 2-inch receiver hitch extension, and then I'm installing a max coupler hitch because it's going to give full articulation of the trailer here from the vehicle. So I got my box full of goodies here. Let's open this up and I'll show you everything we need to complete this project. We got a 36-inch 2-inch receiver tube. It's a big chunk of metal. So on this end is just a clean cut piece of steel tubing. And on this end we have the receiver, the 2-inch receiver, and then there's also a cotter pinhole. Then I've got an extra 3x2-inch piece of 3/16-inch steel tubing, piece of 10x20 3/16-inch thick plate steel to help with the reinforcements. And this thing's kind of exciting. This is a budget Princess Auto trailer hitch. This would be nice for off-roading and pulling the trailer on gravel and uneven ground. Most importantly, this is the max coupler hitch, fully articulating towing hitch, which is pretty unique. So you can imagine this is going to be the layout of everything here. So essentially we got the 2-inch by 3-inch steel tubing acting as a cross member. That's going to accept the end of the 3-foot 2-inch receiver tube, which has the max coupler at that end. Plate steel is going to reinforce the end of the triangle, which is going to come out about there. And then we got the trailer lift handle and the trailer tongue jack, which will all kind of find its place once everything is all settled in. Let's get rid of this gross 2-inch ball hitch. That thing needs to go. So the last thing I gotta do is just unhook the fuel line from the diesel heater. The whole front box should come off. I definitely appreciate that this is really easy to work on. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Now I'm gonna enlist some help from a buddy because I don't have a welder and I don't really have the confidence to do good welds, specifically on a tongue of the trailer like this, because this is quite important. You know, you want good strong welds. So we are going to hook up the trailer, bring it to a buddy's, cut this off, and weld the new on. So this hitch does have a little bit of maintenance that you need to just stay up on. Got my grease gun. A grease gun is never a bad thing to have, especially if you have lots of toys. Regular maintenance, that's just something that you need to do from time to time. So this hitch has 2 spots that need grease, and that's on the lateral articulating piece. And then if we pop off the end here, essentially that's the hitch that's going on the trailer. Got another Zerg fitting right in there, and that's so that this spins on the hitch of the truck. And the instructions, you don't need a ton of grease, just a couple pumps, and that's just to help, you know, lubricate everything that's articulating here. Okay, so we're driving to my buddy Joey's place. He's a friend from all the way back in high school. I haven't seen him in forever. He has a welder in a shop and agreed to help, so excited to get this going.
Oh yeah, you guys probably started to feel it tight in there with the baby now?
Yeah. Now it's like how do I expand it? It's been a minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah. But yeah, Joey, back in high school,
Yeah.
now owns equipment, welding.
I've got a property maintenance business.
Okay,
And
yep.
hopefully I do some trailer work and stuff like that, so hopefully I'll be able to figure out this project
Hey,
with
man.
you at the same time.
I trust you to get this done. I mean, I'm gonna help out as best I can, but. So now we're gonna cut that old crappy 2-inch ball tongue thing off. Start planning where to put the new steel.
And do some fitting.
Yeah,
And after we fit it, we're gonna do some welding.
cool.
Sounds good?
Yeah, man.
Sweet deal. The length of the pump for the bar in the back once you know where that's going to be, it'll swivel, so it won't swivel that way, but it'll swivel forward.
I'm just gonna disconnect the battery, turn it off, but I'm also gonna unhook the ground just so that the system is fully separated from the frame of the trailer, because we are gonna be using it as a ground for the welding. So gonna quickly undo that and then continue on.
I'll get you to hold that. Bang.
That does look really good.
If you want,
It looks level on camera. There you go, see? Zoomed in.
there you go, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So we got the, I guess it's 2.5 inch receiver tube tacked in place with our brace, and essentially we're coming out, I think it's like 21 inches hitch extension, so it's sort of really nice. It just sits better on the truck now too.
Look how level it sits.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I need to extend the chains and the wire. It's only a short drive home, so it'll be okay. Yeah, thanks man.
Hey, no problem.
Came in clutch.
I'm glad we were able to get it done for you.
Yeah, this is awesome. I can already tell you that just backing up this trailer is so much easier now. Wow. The trailer home nice and safe, and it tows like a dream now. Wow, what a difference. Especially backing up. Lot better experience. Now I'm just going to clean up the frame with my grinder, get ready for paint and some primer here. I don't have an outlet on my house nearby, so I'm going to rely on my Blue Eddy EB55 for the job. Basically just a big battery powered grinder now. Should work. So I got the chains unhooked, and originally they were way up front here. So what I'm going to do is mount them probably around there. I got some nice big heavy duty eyelet bolts kind of attached around the frame there. I got some plate steel, and then I'll fab all that up. Should be quite simple. Hard part's done. Now just for the easy part, tedious part. Let's get to work. That is the first coat of paint done. think it's looking really good. Ready for another coat. You can see it's got a nice textured finish. Exactly what I want. I've had bad experiences with spray on bed liner before, but I've definitely done more prep this time. And the fenders, they're looking a little rough. That was a roll-on bed liner. They need to be redone already. At the end of the day, powder coating is the way to go. This is just the best DIY solution. Okay, that is basically the hitch extension complete. I have everything now connected and the trailer is now safe to tow on the road and is now on its own weight. So you see I got my new swivel jack. That is from Princess Auto, a little $50 purchase. The big tire makes it easy to move the trailer around when it's not hooked up to the vehicle, specifically on grass and, you know, something that's not smooth. I got the tongue storage box with the diesel heater and the pump and everything all rewired and hooked back up with my wire loom extension. So now that can go to the truck, and then as well I have the chains. I made my own brackets using some big 1/2-inch eyelet bolts. Hitch extension, awesome. It's going to allow me to back up the trailer with ease, have full articulation off-road, and allows me to drop the tailgate with the trailer hooked up to the truck. So that's awesome. Now let's hook the trailer up and go for a test run. Okay, we are fully loaded. We have the tongue totally completed, and now we're off on a 3.5-hour drive, 4-hour drive, Albion Hills. We're going for the weekend. We're going to Overland North, the Gathering. Once again, we're invited. We're going to go early to help set up and volunteer, and I'm just excited to do a full test run of everything that's changed with the chuck box. Let's hit the road and get ourselves to Albion Hills. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I have a lot of exciting stuff coming out and you're not going to want to miss it.